Hello and welcome back. In this video, we want to add our order consumer. We are going to be using the listening for a fan out exchange. So far, we've been using or listening for a direct exchange. We're going to listen for a fan out exchange. I think we've used a fan out previously. So let me just check. Okay, here in the user consumer, we listen for the fan out exchange type. Okay, yeah, right here. So we are going to do the same for our order service. Now the event will be coming from the review service. We'll create the review service in the next section. Okay, but we want to create the consumer for that. So go to queues and I'll call this order.consumer.ts. Okay, and what I want to do is to first add the logger. So maybe I'll just get everything from here. Okay, and then go to the consumer, paste. It was not, I didn't copy it properly. So import. Okay, and then this is going to be consumer. Now the method I want to add is, I can export it. So I'll say const consume review fan out messages. Okay, async. This will take the channel of type channel, and it will be a promise that will return void, so it returns nothing. Okay, and then right here, as usual, we can add our try catch. Okay, so let me add my try catch. Let me get this information, logger.log, and I can say order service consumer, and then the method is consume fan out messages error. Then for the producer itself, I will use this condition. I already explained this multiple times. If no channel is available, then create a connection and then return a channel. So now for this consumer, we are going to use an exchange or consume for an exchange name. I'll call this Jobber review. Then now for this, we don't need a routing key. Okay, so we don't need a routing key for this exchange or for this consumer. So I'll just add the queue name, and it's going to be order review queue. Okay, and as usual, let us assert channel.assert exchange. We pass the exchange name, we pass the type. So in this case, the type is going to be fan out. Okay, and then let us go ahead and get our queue or create the queue. It's going to be await channel dot assert queue. I believe you still remember what this does. If the queue does not exist, then create it, pass the queue name, and then some properties. We set durable. So set durable to true. So if there's an issue with the queue, maybe the queue restarted, we still want the messages that have not been acknowledged to be still be available. And then auto delete, we are setting it to no or false. Okay, and then this method, it returns, I think, replies.assert queue. Okay, replies.assert queue, and then let us bind. So I'll say await channel dot bind queue. We pass in jobber queue dot queue. We pass in the exchange name, and then since we are not using a routing key, I will just set this to an empty string. Normally the route, if it's a direct exchange, here you're going to add your routing key. Okay, and now we can then go ahead and consume. So channel.consume, and then it will take in the queue. It will take a callback, a synchronous callback. I'll call this MSG consume message consume message, import it or null. Okay, and then I'll add a callback. So what I want to consume in this method or in this consume callback is, if we go to our order service, I want to call this update order review method. Okay, so this is the method that we are going to use in our consume callback. So here I will say await and then call the update order review, and then let me import the method. And here I'm going to pass JSON.pass and then MSG, which is message.content.toString. Okay, as a method. Okay, so whatever message is returned from content, then we are going to pass it into our update order review. You can see right here, it expects I review message details, and then we need to acknowledge the message. So we say channel.ack, and then I'll pass the message. Okay, so we acknowledge the message. If everything goes well, we acknowledge the message. Okay, so now we have the consume or consumer review fan out messages. Note this is using a fan out exchange type, not a direct type. Okay, so we can go ahead and use this method or call this method. So let's call it in our server the start queues. So look for your start queues right here where you have the start queues method. You can call await consume and then you pass your order channel, then go ahead, import the message method. Okay, here's going to be at order. Okay, so with this now, let's see my consumer. Okay, I have the correct text here. So we have created our connection, we've created our producer, we've also created the consumer.